Technology hates me. Technology does not want to play. It's not nice. It hates me today. My lag between my stream and what I'm seeing on screen is about 8 minutes. That's the longest it's ever been. I mean, it was bad the other day, but it's 8 minutes. So if you put a comment in the chat and I don't see it for like 10 minutes, you know why. Sorry about that. Hey, Tyler. Oh, thank goodness. At least I got a mod here. So hopefully you caught that. The lag between what I'm doing and what you're seeing is about 10 minutes. So if people think their comments are not being seen, can you let them know? Because they are. It's just everything's really slow. OBS keeps messing up on me. Earlier it would only show me my browser window. My browser window isn't even available on here, but it would only show me my browser window. Do I understand why? No, I don't. No clue. Welcome to the stream, guys. Quite a few people here. I suspect a lot of you are working and lurking because this is going to be a planning session. We are wrapping up One Book July, which has been quiet but successful. I think quietly successful is a good way of explaining One Book July this year. Hey, Susan. Good morning. The internet is hot and tired. The internet is hot and tired. And ever since that outage last week, I don't know what's going on, but it seems to have caused mayhem all over the place. Hey, Pelican. Very early morning for you. Oof. How early? Are you at like 5 a.m? Are you West Coast? Are you 5 a.m. in the morning? Because that would be wild. That would be very, very early. Everything is hot and tired. We're all hot and tired. I'm hot and tired. You're hot and tired. Maddie's hot and tired. My computer is hot and tired. The internet is hot and tired. All the things. 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. for you. You're crazy. But see, I told you. I said the other day there would be some crazy American on the West Coast who would be awake at 5 a.m. And here you are. Welcome to the stream. Oh dear. So, got some updates. Oh, Sleepless. Oh, well, okay. If you suddenly go quiet in chat, we'll assume you're snoring. Hopefully I can send you to sleep for a bit. 5 a.m. for Susan as well. Yeah, you're up early for the cats though, aren't you? So, and you rest during the day. So I can understand that. Take a siesta in the afternoon for crazy Arizona hot weather. I can understand that. Okay. Diane. Also sleepless, but it's 3 o'clock where you are. Oh, that's funny. So you're 2 hours ahead. So you're not Europe. You're a step over. Eastern Europe? Are you that far over? 2 hours ahead of me. I'm used to 1 hour. 1 hour is standard Europe. So Eastern Europe? Maybe even a bit further over? Welcome anyway. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit froggy today. Do I know why? No. But I've already done 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've already done 8 hours of streaming this week. Oh, you're in Greece. Ah, right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. You're the next time zone over, aren't you? So that makes sense. Do you not have a summer adjustment in Greece? Is that why it's different? Because most places in Europe have the summer adjustment, so they're still 1 hour ahead of us. Would the lack of summer adjustment mean you were 2 hours ahead? I don't know. Time zones maths, we don't do that. Put a pinned message in the chat, say lag is lagging. Oh, I could, yeah. You don't have the phenomenal cosmic power for that. You should have, you're an admin. Do I need to bump you up another notch? Do I need to give you phenomenal cosmic powers? No, you're a managing moderator. You should have access to that. Okay. Oh, maybe I have... No, you should be able to pin a message. Okay. Lag is lagging. About 10 minutes. Tech stuff. Hashtag shrug. Oh, and now I can't pin it because... Guess why I can't pin it? Because the heart is in the way. Yeah. Yeah. Lag is lagging. There was supposed to be an ad break any second, but we're lagging so much I just skipped it, so you're not going to get an ad break this time. Bump for the heart. Thank you. Pin message. There we go. Message pinned. Lag is lagging. So the difference between what you see and what I see, what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing in chat and what you see is about 10 minutes delay. Nothing I can do about that. Right, let's get on with the road on the show thing. So, I think most of you have already seen my previous videos. Now, there was a plan for this year. As Jack Sparrow would say, things ensued and were overcome, and we now have a completely different plan. Okay? That's how we are today. So, I'm going to start at the beginning and talk about what I'm actually working out what I'm doing here. So, this started off as my Patreon list, my YouTube list, my Twitch list. I am going to continue with this because it's useful for me to be able to see what we've done, what we haven't done, when did we last do this? Oh, I know we did this the other day, when was that? So when I'm referring to things on stream, I can say, oh yeah, the last time we did a planning video, 31st of July, etc, etc. So this is going to continue. I'm going to change the format up a little bit, but I will continue to log what I do for my streams. So like my Twitch streams, I'll just put the date, because it's already in columns for what month it is, so I'll just put the date and write in the Twitch stream. When I get to over here, I might actually start writing them on the day. However, if I do, oh no, I can't do that because I have some days where I have 2 streams. Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays I have 2 streams. It's wild, I know. So that's going to continue to happen. This is probably not going to continue to happen, but I'm not going to use it for anything else, just in case I do find that I need to make notes and refer back to things. This is basically my contents page for, well, it was going to be contents for my daily pages, which I was just filling up with things that I needed to keep a record of, but now I'm actually using my daily pages for planning. Oh boy, there's a big difference. So I don't need to put all of this in here. I'm going to get my reading and writing notes are going out of here, and this will only be used for work stuff. Personal finance is coming out of here as well. So that one are coming out. I've got general info on the 5th. What was my general info on the 5th? General info on the 5th was for the moons. Again, that can come out of here. I need my planning space. As you can see, I need my planning space on the dailies. So this stuff is going to come out of here. Where's it going to go, I hear you ask? Well, remember this guy? I started last year with this. And I used it, but I felt it became a bit redundant because I was doing daily stuff in this. I felt like I was repeating things. You know, just, it didn't feel right. Now that I'm using this solely for work, I can put things in here like these pages. Yeah, I don't need my reading notes in here. I can put them in here. And in fact, what I'm going to do with these is literally just tear them out of my Hobonichi. I know, I said those words. Put a gasp in the chat, a gasp emoji in the chat if you're horrified by the very idea of tearing a page out of your Hobonichi. I'm going to tear these out of my Hobonichi and I'm just going to put them in here. This is just a plain notebook. It's this one, which I really like for a journal. I used to use it for sketching, but it's white paper, and white paper is a bit, I prefer the ivory paper of the creative talons ones, the art creation ones. So that's what this is. It's an art alternatives. You know the big 600-page doorstop book? Same company, same paper. I really like this for journaling. And that's what I'm going to use it for. Journaling, random sketching, just whatever I feel like doing at the time, writing notes, my book reviews maybe, book notes, all sorts of things. Whatever won't fit in here because it's work. It's not work. So that's going to happen. I skipped forward. This is also going to go over there as well because it's reading. Doesn't need to be. My monthlies are staying the same. I probably will not bother to decorate other than, I might do the occasional decoration or throw a couple of stickers in. But for the most part, I need this to be work. I need to concentrate on that and I need to make sure that I've got everything in that I need to do. I also need to make sure that I put in relevant things that I have to do, like for instance. So this week is actually in words are hard. This week is actually in August, not April. Definitely not April. I'm going to need a pencil, aren't I? Am I going to be able to find a pencil? Probably not. Why? Because I'm an artist. Why would I have a pencil on the desk? Aha! We found a pencil. Found a pencil. Okay, so this is this week. I've already not got some of my stuff in, and this is why I do it in pencil, okay? Because I set this up last month, ready for this month, because I thought I knew what I was going to be doing. Did we know what we were going to be doing? No, actually, we didn't. Did we know that on Tuesdays we would now be doing a YouTube live? 1 p.m. YouTube live. Did we then know that we would be bumping that down here? No, we didn't. Did we know that we were going to be doing today at 1 p.m. YouTube live? And in addition, we were going to be doing a 5 p.m. YouTube Twitch stream? No, we didn't. So here we go. This is why I do this in pencil, because this is my organisation. Did we know that we're going to be doing YouTube tomorrow? I'm going to keep getting them the wrong way round. Bear with me. I'll get it eventually. And that is 0802 for Patreon. Did we know that on Friday we were going to do a 5 p.m. Twitch, but we were also planning to do a YouTube live? No. But if we had, we would have written in here 1 p.m. YouTube live, 5 p.m. Twitch. And at that point, we would have said 4 days right now of live streams twice a day is one too many. I need to get used to streaming that many hours again. So, and we're going to take Friday morning and we're not going to do a live stream. However, I do now need to go to the doctor's on Friday. So there's that. And anything that I'd actually have to leave the house for, or is time sensitive to something that I don't normally do, essentially, I circle it. Saturday, just for completeness sake, I'm going to put my 5 p.m. stream down here. That is 0803, which means I've got my morning free. I'm going to do the same on Monday. So visually in my head, I'm thinking, right, my morning session and my afternoon session. But you're looking at it and thinking 1 p.m. is not morning and 5 p.m. is not evening, is evening. Yes. Also, I work on New York time. So 1 p.m. is morning for me. That's my mid-morning. I start work at 11. 7 o'clock. I work 7 to 11. Except on Mondays when I work 11 till 9. Okay, so that needs to be, that's updated now. I need to update all these. My weeklies. I had been trying various different things with my weeklies this year, this time round. I was putting in my afternoons and my mornings. I was putting in these. I was, generally figuring out what I was trying to do. I was trying to do filming and personal. Well, my personal is now out of here. Unless it's personal, like it's something to do with tax, but that's personal, but technically it's work. It's not work, but it's about work, but it's personal, if you know what I mean. Like you can't claim hours for doing your tax return over here. You can't say, well, I worked 4 hours on my tax return. You're not allowed to do that. That's personal. I don't know why, but there you go. So that part is coming out. Filming and editing, I'm not really doing filming and editing because, as you will know, if you've been following me this week, I am rebranding. I have finally, I've been doing this since 2006. I've finally admitted that because I really hate editing videos, I'm going to do live streams. I am now a streamer, not a content creator. I'm a live streamer. Will that suit everybody? Probably not. You can't please everybody all the time. However, there will be replays. You get timestamps. You get all that sort of stuff. It's nice and easy. There shouldn't be any problem with it. I've just got to figure out how to do it and how to organise it. For instance, yesterday, my YouTube video needs timestamps for yesterday. I haven't done that yet. Why haven't I done that yet? Because I completely forgot about it and haven't written it down. We'll come back to that later. So this was my original plan. I changed it up a little bit when I knew I was going to be doing different things. But if you worked for 4 hours on business accounts, that would technically be work, but also technically be stuff for tax returns. Yes. Yes. If I work on my accounts for the business, that's business work. But if I'm doing my tax return, that's not business work. That's personal. What the who now? Anyway. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Keep coughing. I'm really froggy today. I don't know why. It's not sore throat or anything. I just keep getting like bubbles in my throat. It's weird. So when we knew we were going to be changing things up, we tried a different approach, trying to block in our time, etc., etc. Round about here was when I went, this box ain't big enough. We're going to have to use our daily pages. So then this is the last stream I did. Work on your tax return and call it business accounts. I can't because I don't have enough income on outgoing to be able to say, well, I did this and it took me 3 hours. It's like 4 entries on a spreadsheet. Can't do that. I can claim half an hour for putting 4 hours on a business spreadsheet, but I can't claim 3 hours. I'm not allowed to do that. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So this was the last stream where I was trying to figure out how this would look. And if you remember, what I tried to do, instead of doing it as what you generally, or I don't know what people generally think of as planning, but what I've always thought as planning is I write down a list of things I know I have to do and then I do them. That's been my planning up to now, and it has worked for forever. It's not working anymore because I don't know what I have to do. That's the problem. It's one thing saying, well, I need to do a YouTube live at 1 o'clock next Tuesday. Okay, great. But I can't just turn up to YouTube live and go, I've no idea what I'm going to do today. And then arse about for 25 minutes trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I need to know what I'm going to do in advance. If I'm going to be sketching, I need to have my sketching thing. I need to have my cart here. I need to have... am I going to be painting? Do I need water? All the things need to be thought about before we do live streaming. There's a lot to prep for live streaming. Then we have to contend with YouTube being a silly arse and OBS doing whatever it's doing, where it keeps randomly changing things on me. That's a whole other story. I don't know what's going on there. I tried to use StreamYards. StreamYards no longer works the way it used to work, and I just found out from Emily D. Baker this morning, apparently it's been sold to a different company. The creators left because they weren't even informed it was being sold, and everything's gone pew. They apparently no longer have any customer service, where they used to be able to, their top streamers used to just be able to ring them up and say, this is a problem, this isn't working, here's a bug, what's going on with this? They can't do that anymore. There is no customer service, apparently. So we're not going with StreamYard. But StreamYard wasn't working for me properly anyway. So there's that. Yeah, we've all the things. I've got to mess about and hope that I can get OBS working. If I can't, I'm going to have to use Zoom. Now, using Zoom isn't the worst thing in the world. At least it's stable. But the actual... I mean, this isn't great quality because it streams you down to SD from OBS. But Zoom would be even worse. Which is alright for something like this because you don't really need to see what I've got written. Because it's all planning and business stuff. But for artwork, going to be a nuisance. Anyway, sidetrack. So... this was the last stream where I was trying to figure out what my day was going to look like, how I was going to work this, and I essentially came up with this sort of schedule. So, an hour of admin and setup, doing my 2 hours stream, an hour of admin and setup, don't forget to take lunch, an hour, 2 hours of stream, an hour. Now that's not going to be every day, because some days I don't do YouTube, but I do a longer stream in the evening. Mondays and Fridays I do a longer stream. Some days I don't do YouTube, I do something else, and then some days I don't do Patreon, I do Twitch, and so this is not set in stone. It's flexible, but overall we've got the same time blocks in place. So, what I did here was I worked out what I needed to output this week, and then I worked out at the time this was next week, but it's this week now. I worked out what I was going to output the following week, and then I came back here and figured out how I was going to fit it into my week. Then this information got transferred to my dailies on a daily basis. First thing I do, go to this, see what I've got to do, figure out how I'm going to do it, and that's where this comes in. So I'm basically time blocking now. And the way I'm time blocking is I figure out what I'm going to do in what order. So I put in my stream elements first, then I go in and fit everything else in around it, and I guesstimate here how many hours it's going to take. Over here, I've got the product. So what am I doing, or what did I produce in that time, and how long did it actually take me? Because I have spatial awareness issues, but I also have time. The time and space continuum doesn't continuum for me. Or it continuums too long and I lose track of time completely. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, you get me. So a job that I think will take half an hour can take 2 hours, and a job that I think will take 4 hours will take 15 minutes. I have no spatial time whatsoever. At any given point in the day, I can tell you what time it is. I can tell you right now it's about 1:30 without even looking at a clock. But I can't tell you how long something's going to take me to do, or how long I've been working on something. No idea. So comparing what I thought it was going to take to what it actually took and what I produced in that time is useful. This has been adjusting as I go along. I'm also... let me come back to that. Let's not overload the issue. Let's continue with this first. So I'm not really using this time block as... This is just my day. I'm not using the times. I'm just using the day. So morning, afternoon, I can tell that that is a 2-hour stream. That's a 2.5 hour. That's a 3 hour. I can tell by virtue of how big it is. You know, that was a bigger planning session, and that one is about half. It's about twice the size. So that was half an hour. This was about 2 hours. Actually, turned out to be an hour. I'm also doing, next to my streams, I'm doing things that I need to do in that stream, not for the stream. I'm coming back to that in a second. So for instance, today, let me show you where we are today. So I did a planning session this morning. I reckoned it was going to take me about an hour. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes, but I'm not going to argue with that for an hour, for 15 minutes. So, confirm that took 1 hour. I checked my live settings. I rechecked all the OBS settings, which kept changing on me, so it took about 3 times as long as it should have done. Then I had something weird happen that shouldn't have happened, and I had to figure out how to fix that, and I was logging in and logging out and restarting. You know how it goes when you have tech stuff. Always build 15 minutes extra time if you have to travel, park, or do tech stuff. And then I updated yesterday's cover. As part of that, I was also going to update yesterday's timestamps, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So I have another session here where I can... This is technically lunchtime, but there's no reason why I can't do little odd bits and pieces of admin that I can do on my phone. Now, timestamps I can do on my phone. So timestamps for, I'll call it Dogs 1 from the 30th. I can do that. That's a 5-minute job while I'm having lunch. That does not mean I'm working through my lunch break. That means I'm having my lunch. I'm probably watching YouTube. Or listening to an audiobook. I'm probably sketching. And at some point I'll pick up my phone and go, oh yeah, I should probably do this. And I'll go into YouTube Studio and start messing around with what I need to do. So I'm not working through lunch. I am taking my lunch breaks. I have to, because I'm streaming for 2 hours this morning, and then I'm streaming for 2 hours or more this afternoon. I have to take breaks. Streaming is hard work. Streaming is really hard work. Anybody who's ever been a teacher or done anything in performing arts where you have to do speeches or acting or singing, any kind of performance work, anything like that, streaming is hard work. You really need to be mentally on top of your game, and for some reason sitting down for 2 hours is exhausting. I don't know how, but it is. So this is going to be a planning. I'm not even going to time it because there's no point in timing that. That's going to be 5 minutes here and there, interspersed throughout my lunch break. I am aiming, so this is going to be 2 to 3 hours depending on what we do. Sometimes we overrun on Twitch because we're having fun. If we're having fun, we overrun. That's how we do it on Twitch. We don't do it on YouTube. YouTube you get 2 hours and that's it. But on Twitch, for having fun, we overrun. We do it. But we aim for 2 hours. Once I've done that, that means I've done 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. So at the end of this, I've done 5 or 6 hours. What I'm aiming for is to do 6 hours on the days that I do 2 live streams and 8 hours on the days that I don't. So Mondays, I only do 1 stream. It's a 4-hour stream, but it's stuff that I'm working on. It's not like this. I'm not actually talking to everybody. It's a co-working stream. So I can do 4 hours of stuff in the morning. I can do my 4-hour stream and then that's it. I don't have to do anything with that stream. There's no replay. There's no whatever. It's just live on camera all together, etc. Fridays, I have a Twitch stream, but the Twitch stream is fun stream. It's not like this. It's literally just larking about, probably having a drink, just doing things, pootling around, having fun with whatever it is I need to do, chatting with people. It's more like an evening out, evening in, if you like. So to do 3 or 4 hours of that is nowhere near as tiring as doing 2 hours of this. It depends what your stream is. So Friday mornings, I don't need to be as rigorous about, oh, but I'm doing a 4-hour stream, 2-hour stream, whatever this evening, so I need to be fresh to do that. I don't actually. I can do whatever I want to do on Friday mornings. I'll probably do some art, to be honest. Friday might be my art day, where I just sit down and get on with art stuff. I would rather like that, because I've got stuff that I want to do. I've got 2 commissions sitting here waiting to be finished. And now we've got some nice weather, I can actually do oil painting. So, but the days that I'm doing 2 streams, I need to narrow down what I'm doing. So Monday, Friday and Saturday I can do 8 hours. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday I'll do 6 hours. And if I then need to do an extra little bit in the evenings, I can take a break, have dinner and come back to it and do another hour later on in the evening. But I'm not planning to do that. That's overtime, as it were. Agree read breaks, they're such a boost. Short ones are a stretch and a refresh for a cup of coffee or tea. Slightly longer ones are usually a quick dog walk. Yes, exactly. And that's the other thing. I need to account for the Maddie. The Maddie needs to have her time. She's not much of a one for the morning session. She likes her early morning WALKs when they happen in the afternoon. She's like me. But she likes her afternoon and she likes her evening, and if I don't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning, she likes her 2 a.m. quick potty break as well. So I need to account for those, and that needs to be part of my routine. Depends. Is it a quick stretch and a fresh pot of coffee, or is it a fresh pot of coffee and grab your sketchbook and take Missy over the park for an hour? And technically, if I'm over the park and I'm sketching and I film it, technically that's work. But it doesn't feel like work because I'm sketching, so. And it's lunch break, and I'm out in the fresh air with Maddie having some fun. So anyway, that's the vague plan. Now, 2 things you will notice. 1, this is different colours. Why? Well, because I've been using, for ages, I've been using these. These are the brilliant colours. They're super bright neon, as you've seen. The Triplus Text Surfer, which are the bullet point nibs. They're really great. I've had these for years. They work great. I love them. They're fine. However, looking at these all day, every day with this amount of planning is driving me a little bit crazy. It also doesn't look great on camera. It also doesn't photograph well. And it's just driving me a little bit, you know that emoji? That one. That's where I'm going with it. So I'm going to retire these to my journal. I don't mind using neons in my journal. I actually quite like drawing something and surrounded it with neon pens or coloured post-its. That's a bit of fun. So those are retiring to my journal. Because when I was out the other day, I found these in the pound shop. They were £2 in the pound shop. These are pastel highlighters. And these are so much nicer to look at. Now, do I have mild liners? Yes, I do. Do I have the right colours of mild liners that I actually needed? No. Did I want to split up my set of mild liners so that I had the 5 or 6 that I use in my planner, and then I had another bunch over here, and what if I was looking in this bunch for one that was over there? And no, I did not. So we splashed out on a little set of mini highlighters. These are the Stabilo text marker with anti-dry out technology. Apparently, I always go for the anti-dry out stuff because me and lids, we don't mesh all that well. These are called the Cool Pastel colours, and they are kind of cool. I really like the fact that they are pastel, and that I don't have to deal with the garish colours. Let me show you. And see, it shows up on camera, the colour that I'm actually using. The case is annoying. They're going to have to come out of the case at some point. But for right now, they'll probably stay in there. So the mauve is actually very similar to the mild liner, but that's the lightest mauve in the mild liner, and this is the colour of this one. So you can see even the mild liners are darker. But these are the colours that I use, see? So blue, actually that's turquoise, which is not as bad. Blue is for admin, which is boring. Blue is boring, and so is admin. These have all come out of order now, and I don't know which is which. Purple is Twitch, because that's the colour of the Twitch logo. Pink is YouTube, because YouTube's logo is red. Patreon used to be orange, but I've always thought of... Oh, I've done that one already. See, they come out of order, and now I'm confused. It doesn't take much. That yellow is still nice and bright, which is what I need, because yellow is important stuff that I actually have to leave the house for, or is a deadline of some sort. But they're so much easier to deal with than this crazy neon what the stripe. I mean, this was doing my head in. That's why I was outlining things rather than colouring them in, because if I coloured it in, it was making my eyes go squiffy. Whereas this, I can do that block, just do the block, and it shows me the block more easily, and the colours don't make me go insane. So there's a little tip if you're struggling with neon highlighters and you don't have the mild liners because they're expensive. I bought mine many years ago when they weren't as expensive. Stabilo do a set of, they're called Swing Cool highlighters. I'm just thinking, if I cut that across there, I could do it so that it actually slots onto the board. Ooh. Ooh, sorry. Brain. My brain. What is my brain? So, also up here. So this is my... I talked about having a 3-star system. Now, this is not my system. It was suggested to me by some of my patrons. There's 2 versions of the 3-star system. First off, how many streams of revenue does an item hit? And priority. So something that is a high priority item, like normally by this time of year I would have finished doing last year's tax return. I haven't, because I've had other stuff I've had to do with tax returns. So now I need to, by the end of August, do this year's tax return, last year's tax return. That is a 2-star priority item. It needs to be done soon, but it doesn't have to be done today. 3-star items are things that I should schedule for the next stream available. 1-star items is kind of my someday maybe list. Now I have, for the moment, I've put my 1-star items on post-it notes here. But what I need to do is create a 1-star list in the back of my book, I think, because we've got those spare pages in the Hobonichi. I think it would be useful to have those as have like a double page spread back here of 1- and 2-star items, just so I can jot things down. I might still use post-its on these pages, but yeah. So things on 1-star item. I need to update my graphics for my streams. Is that important? Yes, because it's branding. Is it vitally important that I do it now? No, there's other stuff I need to do, such as my Patreon rebrand, first off. Once I've done my Patreon rebrand, I can start reusing things for my Patreon rebrand to use in my other streams. So it's not beneficial to do stream updates, because I might change what I'm doing, because Patreon is always going to lead what I do. So my Patreon update needs to be done first, and my Patreon update is being done over a course of YouTube live streams this week and next week. So graphics for streams, that's a 1-star item. I can do it later. Along with that, I need to update my header, because it's a rebrand basically. So I need to update my header, but that is going to involve a whole new piece of artwork. So the best thing to do with that is wait until I've got time to do it. Might I end up doing it on this Friday's live stream on Twitch? Maybe. Is it possible that I will leave it for another 2 weeks because I've got other stuff I need to do? Sure. We'll come to it when we come to it. It's not massively important that I do it now. What else have I got on here? Updating my Twitch emojis. Twitch emojis are a thing for streams, but again, Patreon is more important for now. Patreon leads what I do everywhere else. There's no point doing Twitch emojis if I later decide actually my Twitch emojis could come from my Patreon tier logos or icons, or actually it would be easier to get somebody who knows what they're doing with emojis to give them these small pieces of artwork and say, here, make some emojis for me. I know plenty of people who can do that and who will do it for not a lot of money. They do it through coffee and stuff as a donation basis. So do I need to do that? No, because I could actually hire somebody else to do it. So again, not a priority. And looking for somebody to do it right now, not a priority, because I don't have the artwork ready. I don't really know what I want. So there's all sorts of things on here that need to be done, but I don't need to do it right now. If any of these can be upgraded to a 2-star item, then they can potentially be slotted in earlier. So they go from unimportant to, oh, I could do that when I've got time to do it. So after all the 3-star items are already booked into things, like today was a 1-star item. I need to do a planner update, but then I realised that it was the 31st. Oh, so it needs to be a live stream, but it also needs to be for One Book July. There's my 2 stars. First it's a live stream, then it's for One Book July, which makes it 3 time sensitive. There's my 3 stars. So it had to happen today. So I changed what I was going to do today to fit in a live stream for One Book July. See? So if I can make it happen that it's becomes a 3-star item, which is a do it now, not like immediately, but do it now. the next thing you do needs to be this. The 2-star items are you need to do this soon. And then the 1-star items are you only need to do this if you can make it a 2-star item or if it becomes necessary. Or if it's something you can do in 5 minutes. Or if you all have all the stuff to do it, like update the Twitch emojis once I have all the artwork available and it's all digitized and it's all there. Is it that the time to then talk to somebody and say, hey, can you turn these into emojis for me? Yes, that would be the time to do it. I'm also working backwards from what I need to output next week in order to inform what I need to do this week. Now, last week I did my what I need to do next week on, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday. Might even have been Tuesday. I don't know. I've slept since then. But at some point here, yeah, I think it was. I think I did it Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. Because I had all of this was empty. Well, I've got the same thing here now. Because actually all of this would be empty if it wasn't for the fact that I was figuring things out. And I can't be bothered to erase things. I'm just writing it on the dailies. So now I'm at the point where I can do next week, put it in here, figure out what I need to do this week. Now, because my work is now repetitive, live streams. So you do a YouTube live stream, there are certain things you have to do. You have to schedule it. You have to do a thumbnail. You have to put it on the playlists. You have to, at some point before I go live, I have to do an IG story to let people know I'm going live. I need to, all that kind of stuff. There's a whole list of things that you do. Setting up OBS, making sure you've got the cameras. Even OBS won't remember my YouTube and my Twitch logins anymore. It will only do one or the other. So every time I come to stream, I have to check whether I'm streaming to YouTube or whether I'm streaming to Twitch and adjust accordingly. It's so annoying. Anyway, there's a whole list of things I need to do. So how am I going to do that without constantly having to rewrite the same lists in here over and over and over and over and over again? Well, another pound shop purchase. Ta-da! Aren't these cool? And look, they're the same. Ooh, I've got tarot cards there. They just need to go in my box. These are the same colours as my highlighters. Are you impressed? Yeah? Yeah? Same colour as my highlighters. Yeah. The orange is a bit brighter. Same colour as my highlighters. Same 6 colours that I'm using. We are coordinated! But what I've been doing, and I went through this like point by point on Patreon the other day to show what I was doing, but I need to work out before I do a particular stream, what do I need to set up? And then after I do a particular stream, what do I need to set up? Eh? Right? Yeah. That means that I can take this. This is a sample one. So this is the 01. I do 12 Patreon sessions, 12 live streams a month for Patreon. Which is way more than some other people do on their Patreons. 12 live streams a month, plus 4 Motivation Mondays. Not all of them are the same. Some of them are art streams, which means we need to have reference photos, which means I need to sort out my Pinterest board. For this one, yesterday's, it's the calendar and tarot reading for the month, where I go through the astrology for the month and we come up with a tarot reading for it. That involves me doing a PDF calendar that I give as a printable. It involves me, after the stream, writing up the PDF of the tarot spread that we've done and giving that as a printable. So there's a lot of different things that happen on a particular stream. Some streams are all the same, some streams are not. And that's what I need to do to figure out. But I thought if I put them on index cards like this, once I finalise what I'm going to do, I can use some sticky back plastic to just laminate them, as it were. And then when I've got something, I can go, right, okay, so today, this was yesterday, so today we've got this, I can stick that there, and I've literally then got a list of things that I need to do. I don't need to write my list in, I can just put this on the page, work through the list, tick it off next to whatever I do, and then that goes back in the box. And that means that although I've got a checklist here, and I can label it what that checklist is if I need to. I don't think I'll need to, but I can. And I can use like basically 2 columns for both YouTube and Patreon, with before stream and after stream. And then this can go back in the box, and I've still got all of this space to write notes. Or make additional notes, or, you know, like I've got stuff here that I had to do for admin, or I had to, this is my Patreon livery update notes that I came up with. You know, I've got all sorts of things that I need to take notes on that I can just shove down here. So the top half is planning my day, blocking out my time, estimating my time, recording my time, because I now have to do timesheets, don't ask, and then the product. So what do I need to do? What do I need to include? So for instance, this is what I would do post-stream, but I'm going to do it mid-stream because why not? It's a planning stream, we might as well. So YouTube Live, One Book July final update. What do I need to go through? I need to do my week update. I need to show my day update. I need to talk about 3 stars, and I need a list for 1-star items. Well, I've talked about 3 stars. We need a list for 1-star items. Did I move those post-its? No, I didn't, but I will. I need to talk about what am I going to do with the other stuff. Oh, my journal. Yep, I've done that. What I didn't write in here was the overview updates, which is what I've been doing right now. So now the next thing to do is update next week, and therefore this week, and then go through my daily updates. Well, my daily updates, I've just gone through most of this daily update for you. The other thing I'm doing up here, this is the other half of my 3-star system. How many revenue streams am I hitting? Now, eventually, I need to be outputting X item that will hit 3 streams of revenue. So I have lots of streams of revenue. I have Patreon, I have a Patreon shop, I have a Society 6 shop, I am setting up a Redbubble shop, I have a YouTube live stream, I have a Twitch live stream, I have IG stories, I have IG reels. IG, I'm calling Instagram both. I usually do either or, but often I'll do both. But I tend to just put random stuff in my stories and then do other stuff like reels and things, or put a photo on the grid. I'm now including stories in that, so something on IG has to be hit 2 things. So it either has to be a post, which I then share to a story, or it has to be a story, or it has to be a reel that I share to a story. And if it's a story, it has to be a story about me. So I can't just post dog memes all day. I can do dog memes all day if I want to, because that's part of my brand. But I can't do something that's not about me. I'm doing a live stream now. I did put, earlier this morning, I put a link on my story with the link, what the stream was about, a photo of a very artsy photo of a view of my planner up towards the stream logo where you could see it was One Book July. I was very proud of that. I put a countdown so that people knew what time it was, because it's unusual for me to stream this early. And that is my main kind of promo, if you like, for my YouTube live. So have I done an IG story today? Yes. Will I need to do one for Twitch later? Yes. Is that enough for Instagram? Not really. I need to do something else. I need to do either post a picture or do a reel. Well, I'm doing a lot of streaming today, so a reel is probably not a good idea. But I do have a photo of yesterday's dog, so I can put that up. This was from yesterday's live stream. You can watch the replay here. Put in the link. Bob's your uncle. I just thought of something else I need to do on my 1-star lists. I need to update my... what's it called? Update... I can't remember what they're called. IG profile links, I'll call it. I know what I mean by that. I need to update my links, because what I'm going to do is put the replays, put links to the last 3 or 4 replays in my links, so I can post the picture of the dog I did yesterday. I can put the information about what I did and how I did it, what I used, etc, etc, even how long it took me if I want to, and then I can say this was a YouTube live stream, replay available in my link in bio. Go to the link in bio, there's the link for the last stream that I did. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head. I need to get better at letting people know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it before I do it instead of after, because I'm a streamer now and streamers need to tell people in advance. Who knew? I also need to get better at setting things up in advance. There's no reason why I need to be setting YouTube live up on a daily basis, or Twitch on a daily basis, or Patreon on a daily basis. Now, Patreon, to be fair, I did start doing it daily, then I moved to weekly, then I moved to monthly, then I moved to 3 monthly. I now automatically do my Patreon at the beginning. Well, I have an admin week that I use. We call it a reading week on Patreon, because I do 12 streams a month, which is 3 streams a week for 4 weeks. And if you do that over the course of a year, you end up with these 3 different weeks. Every 3 months you get a week that doesn't fit anywhere. It's like a half week in each month. So we take those as reading weeks. I use them for admin. My Patreon patrons use it for taking a break, or catching up on stuff, or going back over something that they wanted to do, or doing their own thing, whatever they want to do. And then during that week I will then set up the next 3 months of stuff. If I can get to the point where I'm using that week to set up the next 3 months of Twitch, YouTube and Patreon all at once, into the calendar, into Zoom, into Discord, into Patreon, into all the places that I need to do it, then all I have to do on a daily basis is, as part of my hour planning in the morning, put on Instagram, in the stories, here's the link to today's live stream. Ah! Yeah. Is everybody alive out there? My chat has stopped, and I don't know if it's because I'm just talking a lot and nobody's wanting to interrupt me, or if my chat has stopped because technology hates me today. So if you're still out there, Tyler's still out there somewhere. Give me a wave, Tyler. Just let me know if chat is working. Because I'm a little worried that nobody's actually talking in chat at all. That's not normal. Usually people are talking amongst themselves. Anyway. So if chat's not working, then that's why I'm not seeing any messages. But also, we've got a 10-minute lag. So now I've got to wait 10 minutes before Tyler will come back and go, oh yeah, here's an emoji, and let me know if it's working or not. Yeah, we love technology. It's great. Anyway, so up here, and I think what I'll start doing is updating these in colour, so I can see which streams of revenue I'm hitting, because that's part of what I'm doing. So this, although eventually I want it to hit 3 streams of revenue, what I'm trying to do is just hit 3 streams of revenue a day. So each one of these doesn't hit... So this YouTube Live is not going to also hit Twitch, or also hit Instagram, or also hit this. But today I'm hitting YouTube, I'm hitting Twitch later, and I'm doing a reel or a story. Yesterday we did a YouTube Live. We hit Patreon. Yeah, this box is really annoying. And we did an Instagram story. What shall I use for Instagram? Let's use blue for Instagram. No, let's not use blue for Instagram. let's use yellow for Instagram, because I only use yellow for really important stuff that I need to go out of the house for. So that's fine using that. It's an anomaly. Because if I do a reel, I won't highlight it in here that, oh, I spent 20 minutes working on a reel. I'll be doing it as part of something else I'm doing. So, oh, here we go. Chat's working. Thank you. Chat's still working. Pelican's here. Susan's here. Hi. Not had your coffee yet. Well, yeah, because you were here at the crack of dawn. You should still be in bed. Speaking of coffee, I have my coffee, but how about we have a stretch break? Now, I have not yet figured out how to put my music through OBS. It doesn't want to play. Literally, doesn't want to play. Or if it does play, I can't hear it. So either way, it doesn't work. So it's going through my Yeti mic at the moment, which means I can't turn off my Yeti mic because you lose the music. So if you hear some weird shuffling or me chatting to Maddie in the background, that's because I can't change my mic. Mika! Hi, Mika. Mika slept in, I think. Or she's been filming this morning and she ran over. It's halfway through the stream. We're going to take a few minutes break because I need to get better at getting up out of my chair and walking around a bit. Also, Miss Maddie hasn't come out for any belly rubs. I don't think she's quite used to this 1 o'clock streaming thing. She's like, what is this? We don't stream until 5 and we finish at 7. What are you doing? I've messed with her timeline and she doesn't like it. So yeah, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, stretch our legs, grab yourselves a coffee, do whatever you need to do, and we will be back in a few minutes. But see, you'll still be able to hear me. So just ignore that. Listen to the music. Hi, Miss Maddie. Hi, baby. What are you doing? And we're back. I've just had an idea. Miss Maddie had an idea. I'm going to look into it. Because Zoom has added a lot of different ways of doing things. I'm wondering if there's some kind of setup in Zoom itself that works as a streaming client. So rather than having to use OBS and stream it into Zoom, I could maybe use Zoom itself and stream outwards into YouTube or Patreon or whatever. Maybe I can do that. That's going to be something worth looking into. I might have a play about with that tomorrow morning and see if that's something I can do, because that would make my entire life a lot easier, because I already pay for Zoom for classes for Patreon. So yeah, if they've got some way now of setting up proper, scenes and overlays and things, that might work better. I shall have a play. Right. So what I need to do now is go through what I need to output next week and what I'm going to do when. Now, I've had another idea. Rather than trying to work... hang on. This is going to be my 1-star list. One-star list. Why is my 1-star list pink? Because if it's going to hit a stream of revenue from a 1-star link, it's probably... Hey John! Welcome to the stream. It's either going to be a 1-star item and going to stay that way for a while, or it's going to get upgraded to a 2-star item, which means it's most likely to end up on YouTube. So that'll be what we do. Now, the other thing I've had an idea with. So if I plan out what I need to do next week, instead of writing the priority items up here and then writing other things down here, I think I'm going to do the same with this as I'm doing with my daily pages, which is split it morning, afternoon. So I will go back to having, because this actually really worked until it didn't. So I would rather rejig this to make it work. And instead of having this and then this and then this, just move these up here. I can then do my cards, which I will number, and I can jot down, instead of having a list, so Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday is an afternoon thing. It's going to go down here, and then I write a list of everything I need to do to set up for Motivation Monday. No, I will write on here, on one of these, what I need to do before and after Motivation Monday, give it a number, and then in here all I have to do is write the number of the card. My cards can stay in there until I need them. So when I come to Monday, I can then go, okay, so Monday, here's what we're doing. We transfer this over to here so we can work out what we're going to do within those sessions. And I already know that in order to set up Motivation Monday, first thing on Monday morning, I need to grab card number 9, and that will go on there. And as part of that, I also need to set up a Zoom. So that needs to go in there. So I've got 2 cards there that I need to do in my planning session, ready for that session. Now, eventually I want to be ahead on those, but for right now, we're doing it on a case-by-case scenario, because I don't want to set up 3 months worth of stuff and then find that I have to change my YouTube time, or I have to change my Twitch time, or whatever, I would rather set it up on a month-by-month basis, although in the calendar and Zoom, Patreon is already set up for 3 months, because it's rolling appointments. So everybody else knows that they've got a Patreon session and what its number it is in September, on what day and what time, so they can plan ahead. But I don't need to do that. I know I'm going to do 12 sessions in September. I don't really need to plan ahead, but I do need to know what I'm doing this afternoon or tomorrow or next week. So there's that. But eventually, and I've written it in here, no, I wrote it on my weeks, I want to be at a point where eventually, so by the end of this next week, I want to be working 2 weeks ahead. So I want to already be set up by the end of next week for the next 2 weeks of August. By the end of August, I would like to be set up for the end of September, or through the end of September. And then by the end of September, I would be like to be set up for the next 2 months. So I'm incrementally building it up as and when I finish things or I know what I'm going to do. So by the end of September, I want to be 2 months ahead. At least setting everything up so that I'm not sitting here and the first thing I have to do every day is grab one of these and do what I have to do with it. I can do those in a 3-month block, get them all done in one day, and then that's it for 3 months. That's the idea. So when I come to do my next block of 3 months, which is October, November, December, I should in theory be able to sit down on, I can't remember if this is the reading week or if this is the reading week. Where's the first? The first will be the Tuesday. So this will probably be the reading week, the last week of September. So this is my admin week. We don't do any live streams or anything this week, and I will apply that probably to Twitch and YouTube as well, because I think it's healthy to say, you know what, I'm a live streamer, I'm going to take 1 week off every 3 months. And I can let you know in advance that week, don't forget, next week, there's no live stream. I will be back the week after. I think that's perfectly healthy, and I want to put that out there on YouTube because I think there's too many young creators who are forcing themselves to do this every single week for ad infinitum, and I don't think it's healthy because every so often they go, oh, now I'm burnt out and I need to take like a month and a half off. I'd rather take a week off every few months than have to take a month and a half off. But that's how I work. That's how I operate. So hopefully this week will be spent setting up these 3 months with all this streaming information. So after stream stuff I will have to do, but pre-stream stuff will already be ready and done, which increases the amount of time I've got in the mornings, less to plan, less to act on, less things I can do before the stream starts, so I'll have more time to do artwork or work on classes or whatever. That sounds like a plan, right? Mental health is important, absolutely. And that is a big thing. You need to know what you can handle. Originally, you'll see here, I was really ambitious. I was like, well, I'll do Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday I'll do live streams in the morning on YouTube, and then in the evening I've got Patreon, Twitch. Piece of cake. No. 1 day of doing 2 streams and I knew I wasn't going to be able to manage 4 days a week. I have spoons, and I need to be careful how many spoons I use up. And I can borrow spoons from another day, but I can only do it for so many days. I can do 3 streams as long as I take it easy Friday morning. But I can't do a stream then, or I will be dead for the rest of the weekend. That means I lose my Saturday morning, I lose my Saturday evening, and I lose my whole day Sunday. That's not going to happen. So I will sacrifice that single 2-hour stream to keep my mental health in check and be able to work Friday morning, Saturday morning, and have my Sunday to myself. That's important, and I want to promote healthy working. I'm British. We do not subscribe to the you will turn up to work even if you're at death's door of the American capitalist system, okay? We do have some of that, but my boss is not like that. My boss is very much more kind of, well, you're having a slow day, fine, you've got to do that, but maybe you can have a lie-in this morning and only do 2 hours of planning instead of 4. I'll let you do that. Maybe you can catch up later in the day. Maybe tomorrow when you're feeling a bit more with it, you can slot in some of the stuff that you were supposed to do today. You know, maybe you can catch up. Maybe you can sacrifice an hour on Sunday afternoon and catch up with the things that you missed during the week. Maybe we can do it like that. Time in lieu, we call it. So you don't really do overtime. Some people do overtime here, like retail and customer service and stuff like that. But by and large, we use time in lieu. So if you work over on one day, or you have to leave early on one day, then you catch up that time in lieu. You can leave early on one day, or you can start late on one day. You just do that extra hour another day. And hopefully it's within the same time block, which is usually either the week or the month. And I'm perfectly happy working like that. Even if that means that I take a morning off here because I simply cannot do it. And then at some point, maybe next month, I do an extra morning. Or I do an extra session, or I do an extra couple of hours here and there throughout the month to make up that 4-hour block. I'm okay with that as long as the work gets done. That's my boss's attitude. As long as the work gets done and it gets done on time, to the best of my ability, I'm good. There's no point being your own boss if you can't work out your own timetable and schedule, right? So, what I want to do for next week is to block in my times and then set up cards so that I know what I need to do for each thing. I will probably write that in pencil for now because that's going to be an ongoing thing that I figure out as I go. But let's see how we go. So, hi Miss Maddie. First off, we need to put in our afternoon sessions. So Monday we do Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday we do an evening stream, which is I usually do it about there. Okay, this stream is twice as long, so we're going to come down here. Oh, the other thing is these pastel highlighters, once they dry, they don't show through on the other side, whereas the neon ones do. So that's going to be good. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Thursday we do one. And Saturday. And sometimes Saturday overruns, so I'm going to account for that because it is an art stream. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to set up or a little bit longer to tidy up, or, you know, people have done stuff during the session, so we spend an extra half hour going around what everybody's been doing. Just, we take it as it comes. So then Wednesdays and Thursdays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So Wednesday afternoon I'm doing a Twitch stream, but I'm going to keep it relatively short. I'm aiming for 2 hours. Because it's a double stream day. And then on Friday, I'll make this the same size as Saturday because it could go to 3 hours, but it won't go to 4. Unless I pre-plan it and pre-set it up and I say, right, okay, we're going to do a 12-hour stream, or we're going to do a 6-hour stream, or, you know, one of those challenge streams like Twitch has. But I don't need to account for that. I just need to account for the fact that it's Friday. We're having fun, we're having a chat. The last 2 weeks it's overrun to 3 hours instead of 2. And I'm okay with that. It's Friday night. If that then means that at some point I need to bring it forward and start it at 4 instead of 5, we'll do that too. We can do that too. That's fine. So then YouTube. YouTube will be my morning. Now I would put this at the top, but I don't want to put it at the top. I feel like I want to put it sort of here because there's always something that happens first. Even if it's only walking you-know-who over the you-know-where. So Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we have a 2-hour stream, which is that size block. Again, I'm not using the times. I have, as it happens, this is at 5 o'clock, which is when I do it. And this is 8 o'clock, but I don't start till 11. But if I do it down here, then I'm wasting space. it's much easier to just time block it in and say, okay, this is roughly how long it's going to be. So now I've got relative time blocks, and I can say, okay, I've got 2 short streams these 3 days. I've got long streams Friday and Saturday, one after the other. And then Mondays I've got a really long stream, but this is a 4-hour stream with a half-hour break in the middle, and it's not one of these kind of streams. It's not a teaching stream, it's a doing stream, it's a co-working stream. So we're all working on our own things, we stop and have a chat, we do our own thing, we watch the cats, that kind of thing, and then we get back on with our work. I'm normally working on something, or usually I'm listening to a trial on YouTube, or I'm listening to an audiobook, and I'm just doing what I need to do. Which is another session when I can be doing this kind of setup for the week, and that's what I plan to do on Monday. Monday I plan to set up the whole week on Monday and see where that gets me. Now, in order to get 2 weeks ahead, I'm also going to do the next 2 weeks with the same blocks. So nice and easy. We're literally, I can see the colours because it hasn't dried out yet. So I can see where the colours are. I don't even need to write on that it's YouTube because it's colour coded. I know it's YouTube because it's pink. That is a definite bonus. So this is going to be our 2 hours block for that. This goes double. I've got another 2 hour block here and here. And sometimes this overruns, so we'll do it a little bit bigger. To account for the fact where I'm going to assume it will overrun until I find out otherwise. But there are also things that I have to do after the stream that sometimes I've started doing during the stream. For instance, because it's an art class, sometimes I will take the photos and everything for the stream cover and the thumbnail and the picture of what I'm going to put in the post to update the post and say this is what we did today. Sometimes I will do that on stream, and I will do it quickly because this has become wonderful. I've never been one for updating technology, okay? That's not true. I do like to update my technology, but I don't update it unnecessarily. I wear things into the ground. The only reason I updated my iPhone 8, because it worked great, was because I broke the screen. Physically broke a whole chunk out of the screen. The only reason I updated my iPhone 11, which also worked great, was because I was switching to a business contract, and it actually worked out better to get a new phone with the contract. And my dad needed a new phone because the speaker didn't work anymore. So I thought, well, I'll get a new phone on the contract. I've got a brand new all singing, all dancing phone, and then my dad's got a new phone that he can use that is not too much different to what he already has. Hey, Cody, but it's second hand. It's not going to cost him anything, and he can upgrade at a later date if he wants to. So that was worth doing. Now I've got an iPhone 15. Oh, game changer. Game changer. My iMovie on iPhone 15 works better on my iPhone than it does on my iMac. You know why? Because my iMac is from 2011. And everything on my phone works better than it does on my MacBook because my MacBook is from 2008. And even Google doesn't work on MacBook. Well, that's not true. Google works. Chrome Docs doesn't work. Chrome Calendar is a little bit iffy. Chrome Email works. Can't play videos on YouTube though. My MacBook from 2008 is now a glorified paperweight. But I use my iPad now as a laptop. If you're interested, I bought one of these. It's you can get all sorts of different versions of these, but mostly they twist round at the top, but this one comes apart, which is great because if I want to do digital writing or sketching or anything like that, I've got it separate, but I can use it as a laptop. So The next thing I need to do at some point is upgrade my Mac, because it's struggling to stream even. Don't know when I'm gonna be able to do that, but we'll figure it out. But alleviating some of the issue with my Mac is the fact that I can now edit. Oh, it was taking me 2 hours to edit a reel on iPhone 11, and I thought it was me. I thought it was just that it was really annoying and finicky, and everybody was saying, oh, it's really annoying editing reels and da-da-da. Actually, it's not. You just need the best technology to do it. I can now film, and once I've filmed a video and cut down the trim, trimmed the edges, because you film the little snippets, and then what I do is I edit each bit, because some of them have sound and some of them don't. So I do that at the same time. I mute them or don't. Then once I've trimmed them down into what I want, I load them all into Instagram, and I finickety around with them for what I want and make a reel. And making the reel takes about 15 minutes. It's bonkers how much faster it is. And even, I couldn't even get iMovie on my last phone. Well, I could, but it didn't work. It didn't work very well. It kept crashing. On this one, I can edit a movie faster on this than I can on my Mac, which is just bonkers to me. It really is bonkers. Oh, in fact, I've got a keyboard with a mouse. I should probably charge that up and see if it works to assist, because I use a lot of the shortcuts for iMovie. I should probably see if it works on there. That might be easier. Whoa! Excuse me. Anyway. What else are we doing? So did we do 2 weeks? We haven't done 2 weeks. I got carried away and I didn't do 2 weeks. So this is our 2 weeks ahead. So next week I want to be working on these 2 weeks. And then we've got another one there. Is it possible that one or more of these will get cancelled at some point? Absolutely. Will I change what I'm going to do during them? Absolutely. That's why I'm going to write in pencil what I'm planning to do, because things are always flexible, especially with streaming. You never know what's going to happen. So I can play around with what needs to be done. But in my head, these are my, I suppose we could call them core hours. So I can do the other hours of my day anytime, the other 4 hours of my day anytime I want to. But these 4 hours, I need to be sat at my desk and streaming and doing something productive. Okay, and then we've got Twitch stream in there. One in here, which is a bit longer because it overruns, usually. Not always, but usually. I'd rather account for the time that it might overrun and then be able to say, oh, we're finished after 2 hours, fine, we'll finish now, than have to scrabble for extra time or feel like, oh god, I already did like 6 hours this morning, I really don't want to do another hour of this, but we're not finished yet. I would rather have the freedom to be able to say, no, I can do it or I can not do it. And the way to do that is to plan for it. Okay, so my next 2 weeks is what I need to be doing working on next week. Right now, I need to be working on this. So I'm on this area now from tomorrow. Once I'm on this page, I need to be working on these. Once I'm on this page, I need to be working on these. Does that make sense? Then we're 2 weeks ahead. And instead of trying to work it backwards, like last week, what I did, to try and get it clear in my mind, I wrote out what I needed to do to output next week, and then I worked out when I was going to do it this week. I think it's going to be easier, actually, to, this is what I need to output next week. So this is what I need to work on this week. Write down what I need to do for each session and what we're going to do in each session, and then I can transfer it. So the 5th of August will actually transfer to, well, it will transfer to the 5th of August, but I'll be working on it on the 1st. And then this week, when we get to here, this will be the 15th, but it will go on the 15th of August for the dailies, but I will actually be working on it here. Same with the following week. Hopefully that makes sense. So this will stay the same. This is happening on the 6th. It will go on the 6th of the 8th here. But I won't necessarily be working on it that day. Because there will be things that I can do. Like I said, I can multi-set up. So I can set up all 3 of these at the same time. I can set up these or update the schedules all at the same time. I can set up multiples of these at the same time. I don't necessarily have to say, oh, I have to do it all at the same time, like the day it's due or the week before it's due or whatever. And then this week, I believe, is going to be my planning week. Let me just double check that. So we are in, I usually go by the art club ones. So 803, 806, 809, 812. Oh no, it won't be till the end of September. This is the end of August. I'm a month behind. Okay, hang on. Let me do that again. So 83, 86, 89, 812, 93, 96, 99, 912. So this is going to be my admin week, which is what I thought there. So this is going to be a blue week. So instead of putting anything in this week, I will just highlight the whole thing at the top here in blue. That leaves that entire page free for whatever I need to set up. Now I do have, in October, I have the Halloween Chronicles running in October. So probably a lot of this week will be setting up the 3 months all in one go and then concentrating on the Halloween Chronicles. And then in November I'll be concentrating on the Christmas Chronicles, and then in December I'll just be taking my time and having an easier month and working on my Christmas Chronicles stuff. So by the end of the year, we'll be 3 months ahead. I'll be ready over the last, because I usually take the 3 days between Christmas and New Year, and I do my admin then. I do things like updating my tax stuff and things like that while I'm sitting watching Christmas films, which is usually... Go on, tell me, what film do I watch the most often on repeat throughout the whole of the 2 weeks of Christmas? Hi, Miss Maddie. Miss Maddie's come for belly rubs. So quick break for belly rubs for Maddie, and to say, okay, what are we doing over Christmas? What Christmas film do we watch on repeat over Christmas? And now I'm waiting for chat because there's a 10-minute lag. A 10-minute lag between what I'm doing and what you're seeing and when I see the chat. Hello, Miss Maddie. Belly rubs for Maddie. I'm giving her preemptive belly rubs. You better restock the tin. There we go. Belly rubs for Maddie. She's all hot and sweaty. Shall I hose you off later? Do you want me to turn the hose on for you? Should we turn the sprinkler on later? Love Actually? Please. I do watch it once. I watch Love Actually. I watch The Holiday. Usually a couple of times. I really enjoy The Holiday. I think it's a lovely film. Love Actually makes me think of Christmas. I usually watch that sort of mid-December because it gets me in the Christmas mood. The Holiday I usually watch once before Christmas and once around New Year's Eve because I just enjoy that film. And then the rest of my movie watching... Come on. You know the answer. I know you know the answer. Miss Maddie knows the answer. It's a film that Scooby used to love because he used to sing along with it. Okay. So let's write in what we're doing. There are some things that are not going to change. So, Motivation Monday. This is 04, I believe. Yeah. 0804, 0805, 0806, 0807, 0808. Oops, can't spell 08. 0809. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. 0810. 0811. 0812. So that's Patreon. I already know what those things are, and although we're changing it up, I know that Saturday streams are always art streams, so it's just figuring out what we're going to do and then making sure I set up. Nightmare Before Christmas. No, that's a Halloween film. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween film. It's not a Christmas film. That is Halloween. The Muppets Christmas Carol is what we watch through Christmas. The Muppets Christmas Carol. Any version of Scrooge, and I do tend to watch all versions of Scrooge except that weird animated one with Jim Carrey, because Jim Carrey gives me the creeps in his comedy films. I like him as a serious actor and I like him as an artist, but these comedy films... But Muppets Christmas Carol I will literally watch pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day. I have been known to watch it and then start it again, because I just love that film so much. It's my emotional support film over Christmas. Muppets Christmas Carol is technically an all-year film, yes. Technically. But I didn't ask, what Christmas film do I watch? I asked, what film do I watch all the time over Christmas? Have I watched The Muppets Christmas Carol this month? Of course I have. Twice. Look, I've already watched Broadchurch end to end twice this month. I had to have a break in the middle, okay? Jim Carrey is creepy. Yeah, all the people look the same. They all look like Jim Carrey, and it's creepy. I don't like it. Whereas the one with the train and Tom Hanks playing all the roles, that was all right. I thought it was quite fun that Tom Hanks was all the roles. That was funny. But Jim Carrey playing all the roles, no. That's creepy. I think the reason it bothers me is because when I think of Jim Carrey in a comedy role, I think of The Mask, and I hate that film. I don't do masks. I don't like do superhero, supervillain type films. I don't do that kind of slapstick, over-the-top comedy type stuff. It's just... It ticks none of the boxes for me. None of the boxes. Except that it's short. That's the only box it ticks. It's short. Okay, so... I don't need to write YouTube. I don't need to write Twitch. I know what those are. I just needed to have the numbers. I didn't even really need to write in Motivation Monday, but I've done it for the other oranger ones. Okay, so that's the 3 weeks set up. So, Patreon Dog 2 is not getting done today. I'm doing 1 But July final, which means that's going to be Dog 2, which means our first YouTube stream next week is going to be Patreon Dog 3. Do I know what I'm going to do for the other 2 streams? Not yet. Do I know what I need to do? Where's my list? I've got a big list of stuff. Yeah, a big list of stuff. Oh! the other thing I need to put in, which I can use, I'll use purple actually because it's Twitch. My Twitch live stream, my previous Twitch live stream goes on YouTube on Mondays and Fridays, because the replays on Twitch time out after a certain amount of time, and they time out faster if you're not a subscriber, so I thought I'll just put them on. I can automatically export them to YouTube. So this will be Twitch from Friday the 2nd. Friday the 2nd? Oh yeah, it's August already. 2nd of the 8th, and then this one will be the 7th of the 8th. But again, that's just export it. Don't forget to export it. It's more of a reminder than an actual thing I need to do. Because once I've done it, exporting this ready for YouTube is part of what I do post stream. You know what I could do? I could actually do before and after, and before and after. So when I've got... That would work, wouldn't it? Woo! See, this is another good reason for writing in pencil. Okay, so actually, let's write on here. Let's write on the actual stream. So this is the 2nd of the 8th. This is the 7th of the 8th. This is going to be Patreon Dog 3. I don't know what the other two streams are going to be yet. So pre-stream for this, I need to have exported it, but I need to... have a card. I'm going to use the blue ones because I don't use blue for anything. Blue is boring. What way is blue? Blue is that way. So this is going to be my list of cards that I need to make. So I'll put a date. So 5th of the 8th. It relates to this stream and any other stream like that on a Monday, right? YouTube video replay of Twitch from Friday. So at some point I will need to set up a pink card like this that tells me in order to complete setting up a YouTube stream of my previous, a YouTube replay of my previous Twitch stream, what do I need to do? Part of that will be on my Twitch streams. I need to make sure that post stream, so I've got pre and post. I don't know what these are. I'm going to stick those on my phone for now. So post stream, prep the download, download the previous stream and export to YouTube. So I've already got that. That's what I do after my stream. And believe it or not, I can do that from my phone. So I don't even have to be sat at my desk. I can technically have finished work for the day. And just at some point when I get the notification that everything's done, I can download one, set the other, prep it, set the other one to download, set one to export, and it just gets on with it. And then I've also got here what I need to do for this. So the set for this, I'm going to write it in pencil because there'll be a card number eventually, would be post Friday stream. So when I come to do this and I'm like, oh, I need to set that up, have I done everything? Well, I'll go to the post Friday stream and I'll go, okay, did I prep the download after the stream? Did I download it and did I export it to YouTube? Did it export properly? If not, do it now, etc. Then get the next card, which is, okay, setting that up as a YouTube replay. This is what I need to do. So that's pre-stream, and then post-stream, I need to, or post, well, not post-stream, but I can use the block after. that's how my head's working. This is what I need to do. So before that is due, I need to do this. And then when it's due or after, I need to do this. So I need to have another one, which is referenced on the 5th of the 8th, which is going to be set up YouTube, playlist, thumbnail, etc. Set up on YouTube. Okay, so pre-YouTube stream, I've already got a card for that, but I haven't finalised it yet, so I don't have a number yet. So YouTube setup, YouTube post, same for these. This will be the same as this, so post Wednesday stream, which may or may not be different to Fridays, because Fridays is art, so it's going to have a thumbnail, but Wednesdays might not have a thumbnail if I haven't done any art. So what am I going to put then? Twitch streams. So for Twitch streams, I need to prep for art. I don't know what I'm doing Wednesdays yet, but tomorrow I'm prepping for art, or today I'm prepping for art. I'll probably do that next week. I need my tarot cards handy. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my Twitch streams on Wednesday. I would like to do tarot reading with a bit of art, you know, just general hangout, and if people want readings, I'll do readings, quick readings. But I don't know if I want to do public readings. And if I do public readings, if I do the tarot readings, I don't know if I'm going to want to put them on YouTube. Because there's a whole different, an entirely different mindset on YouTube compared to Twitch. I can guarantee, I mean, if I go on Twitch and I do a tarot stream, it'll just be fun. And if I put it on YouTube, I'll have 900 comments about how many different ways I'm doing it wrong. Because YouTube people are opinionated. Twitch people are just there for a good time. They're just happy you invited them. So, do I want to do that? I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do it as a quick thing at the beginning of the stream, and then when I export the YouTube video, I can just chop off that segment and just keep the art stuff. I don't know. Not decided. So, post-stream, I need to prep the exports. And again, that will be a little card, a purple card, which will tell me exactly what I have to do, all the different steps that I have to do so I don't forget anything. Until I get to the point where I don't need the cards anymore. I mean, eventually, once you've done it a few times, you don't need the cards anymore. But I've got so many things going on in my brain at the moment. I am constantly forgetting to do things. Or, my patrons will tell you, with the amount of things I had to do last week, I kept putting the wrong links in the wrong places. And it's streaming to here, but the link I gave them was over there, and the actual link was over here. And it was a mess. So, sorry, I've got to put some cream on my hand. It's starting to itch again. So, yeah, I for now I need step-by-step instructions, but I don't want to have to keep rewriting lists multiple times. I want to just be able to reference the lists. For those of you who have ever had to do BSO or anything like that, I bet Tyler knows about this, because Tyler works in a kitchen. They have to do real kind of health and safety type BSO standard stuff. It's a bit like having work procedures. You know, the big ass folder where it tells you this happens and then this is what you have to do. And this is how this happens, and then it gets passed to this department, and this happens with this, and then you have to do this. And BSO binders, I swear, for the college, we had an entire room of them. And it was a big room. Because not only did they have to be available for everybody on the computer, they had to be in paper backup form as well. back then. They don't have to now. Anyway. So, my Patreon streams. So this is going to be an art stream. I already know this is an art stream. Tuesday we usually do something tarot related. And tomorrow we're doing the monthly tarot reading because I didn't get to do that on Monday because we overran. Which is fine. I might do both of those. I might do that. I might do the calendar this day and the tarot reading that day, and then it's a whole week of all of that, and then we move on. So this might well be other people doing their tarot readings, or it might be some tarot journaling, but it'll probably be tarot related. And then this one is nearly always planning and journaling. And I can pick what I'm going to do on the day depending on what I need to do for work. So if what I need to do for work on 0805 is to start setting up all of these pages for the next month, because, you know, by here we want to be 2 weeks ahead, and then we want to be a month ahead by the time we get to here. So by the time I get to here, I want to have all of these set up to here. So at least in my journal, in my planner. So I need to do that. Half your stuff has gone paperless now. Yeah, which is great until the IT systems go down, and then you need to access the files that tell you what to do when an IT system goes down. Our IT system at the college put all their BSOs on the computer. And when we had a virus attack and they needed to access the BSOs to tell them what to do, what procedure to follow during a virus attack, they couldn't access them because they couldn't get to the computers. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, but this is from the same IT department who, a while before, I'm going to say a year before, but it was the same guy who was in charge of IT. It was the same guy who made this decision. The entire computer system went down for like a day and a half because Windows updates. We had a mini storm, like, you know that how the whole of the Western world had a mini Microsoft storm last week, where anybody who had a particular antivirus basically couldn't do anything. Well, we had that, but on a nuclear scale, nuclear. It's so weird. You say nuclear or atomic, it means big, but to me that means small. On a micro scale, okay, so just within the college, the entire server system went down. I think what happened was the server blew one of its boards and they literally had to replace various different sections of the server. And in order to tell us at 4 o'clock the next day that the computer system was back up and running, guess what the head of IT did? Go on, guess. Guess. Free tarot reading this afternoon for anybody who can guess. Or the first person to guess, not anybody, but the first person to guess how the IT guy let us know that the IT system was back up and running after 2 days of being online. Go on, tell me. How did he do it? How did he tell us that the IT system was back up and running? Bearing in mind that the entire IT system only ran if the server was running. Like, you couldn't, unless you had a laptop, everything was connected to the server. So the people in the sixth form and like admin, like me, who had laptops, we could still do stuff. We just couldn't save it to the server. But anybody who was on the server, he sent out a mass email to absolutely everybody and it triggered a spam filter. You are absolutely correct. That is exactly what he did. Everybody was offline and he set out a mass email. And the only reason anybody knew was because people like me had laptops and went, oh, I just got an email from Chris. The server must be back up. And And it was an email telling us the server was back up. There was only about 12 people who had laptops at the time. So, and a lot of them were in sixth form and weren't on site. That's why they had laptops. I used to go to different sites, so I had a laptop. So yeah, you have an IT hubby, he deals with that daily. Yeah, but this was the IT guy. This was our version of your hubby. He was the one who sent out the email to tell us that the entire system was back online. The online system that nobody was on because it was offline for 2 days. And then, because he sent the email and it mass spammed everybody, as soon as the server came back up, the spam filter kicked in, the antivirus kicked off, and we couldn't use email. The only upside of that was that he didn't have 3,000 staff and students emailing him going, what's the point of telling us the system is back up and running if we're not on the system? Wouldn't it wouldn't this have been better not to have been an email? This shouldn't have been an email was the most common thing. This should not have been an email. You could have rung all the departments, like the 9 departments' secretaries, and told them that the system was back up and running. And they would have had it round everybody in a matter of minutes. But no. No. Almost like you work with technology illiterate people on a daily basis. Yeah, but he's not technology illiterate. He was the head of IT. He was the head of IT Moo. Yeah, he was the budget version. He was really, really good with computers. There was not a thing that he didn't know about computers. But my God, he was stupid. No common sense whatsoever. None. Oh, anyway. Oh, we're at time. We are at time. I'll do another 5 minutes because I did get distracted. But I'm not going to overrun too much. I'm just going to do a few minutes just to finish off this thought. So yeah, all of these are going to basically be cards. I can figure out what I'm going to do for each stream. I don't necessarily need to know the day in advance. I can set up the stream without actually knowing what the title of the stream is going to be. Because I can go in and edit it any time before it's scheduled to go out. Now my scheduled outputs, these go out at 10 o'clock and these go out at 2. So 10 and 2. That's on Patreon, Discord, etc, etc. I'm trying to automate as much as I can, but with Patreon I can't do that. I have to do it when I set up the stream. Same with Discord. I can't. Well, the live streams can be done, but we're struggling with live streams because on Discord we're using Carlbot, and if anybody knows about bots on Discord, we could really use some help. Katie is doing her best, but it's hellish, frankly. Our Carlbot, when I put a stream upload, I scheduled a stream for this morning at 1 o'clock. I scheduled that stream yesterday at 10 a.m. That notified Carlbot that I had new content on YouTube, even though it wasn't due until tomorrow. So it does notify people, but it doesn't say a YouTube stream has been scheduled. It says Romany has new content. So you click on the link and you go, oh, there's a new video. No, there's not a new video. That's tomorrow. Then when it came to today and I had to put it up or I had to go in and update what we were going to do, when I saved it, it sent out another notification saying Romany has new content on Discord, on YouTube, but it sent out the notification for yesterday's replay, not today's live stream. So he's got one job and he can no longer do it. Nightbot. Okay, so this is a 2-second job that we need to do straight away. Viber, Katie, Tyler says try Nightbot for Discord. I can leave that with her. She will deal with it. I don't have to even write it down. Thank you, Tyler. By the way, while I think of it, I looked at stream elements for YouTube and I can't find a way of adding you. There's not as many... the YouTube one is in beta and there's not as much features as there are for Twitch. So I can't find a way of adding you. I can't find a way of linking it to your account. I can't find a way of doing anything. So I don't know. We'll have to wait on that. But I am going to see if I can do things through... I'm so itchy today. I just keep being bitten by things and it all itches. I am going to have to check out Zoom first and see if that works better. Because it might. I wish Zoom would bring out a streaming platform like OBS. It's a sharing stream platform, but it doesn't really have a stream thing that you can set up in advance, like with scenes and overlays and stuff. Yeah, I don't admin Discord. Mika and Katie admin Discord. So Nightbot is their domain. But I did just sign up for Nitro again. So we've got extra features over on Discord as well. So if you want to be made an admin and you know what you're doing, just talk to Tyler or to Mika or Katie and they can admin you and you can tinker in the background. Do not change channels. That's my job. But things setting up in the background that will work easier, by all means, go for it. Right. There's got to be an easier stream thing because you do see people streaming to 3 or 4 places at once. A lot of people who stream to multiple places are either using Streamlabs or StreamYard or Streamlabs or StreamYard. StreamYard is the one that a lot of people like because it's collaborative, but StreamYard was recently sold. The creators left because they didn't even know it was going to be sold, and now it's tanked. So I'm not signing up for StreamYard, but also it doesn't work on my computer because my computer is from 2011. We're still using a very old version of OBS, and now that's unstable too. If I can set it up through Zoom, that would be perfect because it can all be set up on there and I don't need to worry about any of this because I'm not feeding into things. And Zoom I can stream out to various places. So all I need is the stream key, which all platforms like Twitch and YouTube and everything else, they all supply a stream key per meeting. Even if it's a meeting that recurs 3 or 4 times, it gets an individual stream key for each one. So it's literally a copy and paste job just before you start. There's an easier way than you used the last time. Oh, you meant Stream Elements. Stream Elements is a bit buggy. I don't love Stream Elements. I used to like Streamlabs. Streamlabs I understood, but it doesn't work on my computer anymore. So, but I already pay for Zoom. I would much rather use Zoom than pay for yet another thing. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, these are Patreon notifications. So morning streams go out at 10 and afternoon streams, which are Patreon streams, member streams, go out at 2, except for the 2 Twitch streams. Okay, so for next week, what I need to do is set up all these cards. That sounds like a tomorrow job. My brain got really confused then. I was like, why have I got a empty page there? What's that for? It's because it's August. It's because it's August tomorrow, that's why. It's because it's August tomorrow. Okay. I can probably use that page for something, but I don't know what yet. So, Thursday, I have my Patreon at 5, which is just a hangout. It doesn't necessarily need anything prepping for it. We may well... oh, no, it's going to be readings. It's going to be tarot readings. So I need to do the PDF for it. So this is 0802. So I need to do the tarot PDF. So we'll have to do that tomorrow morning. But there's no reason why I can't do it. Oh, I've dropped my pen now. Yeah. There we go. I got it. It's an easier way to do it than you did the last time. I don't know what you're referring to, Tyler, because 10 minutes delay. Lag is lagging. So by the time you're telling me something, I'm already moved on to something else. We should swap phone numbers. Remind me later or tomorrow or something. We should swap phone numbers because I've got WhatsApp and Viber. There's got to be an easier way of us being able to talk instead of only being able to do it on stream. So let's do... Now, Thursday is also going to have a YouTube stream. So I'm going to have a morning stream for YouTube there. See, this is why I need to be careful, because I almost blocked out the whole of Thursday morning to do admin, to do all this stuff. I can't do that. I can't do that. So let's do a 1 hour session there and a 1 hour session here somewhere. I'll fit lunch in around it. And that is for... What are we setting up there? What did I say we were setting up? We were prepping for planning and journaling. PDF. Tarot PDF. So I need to do the tarot PDF. That should say tarot readings. I need to have plenty of time to set that up, so I need to do that here. So... do tarot PDF for Patreon at 5. So I'll put a time limit on that, otherwise I will forget to do it. And that, I've actually got to come up with the reading as well. Although I have an idea of what I think I'm going to do for the reading. So maybe I'll do that in this section here. Timestamps for the dogs video from yesterday. Tarot PDF reading rough. Which, and by rough, I mean I will draw it in here and figure out what I'm going to do, and it'll have scribbly notes, and then I'll make a PDF from it tomorrow. This is YouTube live, so tomorrow we're doing the Patreon livery again. So Patreon livery, which is one of the dogs. I will probably finish the spaniel tomorrow. Because that's the one that has the next most amount of work to do. That leaves me a planning session there that I can catch up on timestamps for today and the morning. So timestamps for YouTube live Wednesday, Thursday. So I can do today's and tomorrow's. Because I need to get that PDF stuff done today. I can't. Ideally, I'd do all the timestamps today, but I can't. I don't have time for that. I can, of course, add in some extra time after Twitch, but I don't want to be relying on that because once I finish Twitch, I will have done 2 live streams. That Twitch stream may have run over. I may have been doing some tarot readings, one of which will be going to Tyler. Because, yes, mass email triggered the spam filter. Miss Maddie. There's a mod channel on Discord too. Yeah, I forget to use it though, because I forget who's in there. There is, but I don't. I mean, we've got an admin channel and I very rarely use it. I would much rather Viber you and Katie, because I can copy and paste more easily on my phone. Should we use Discord? Probably. Do I use it? No. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. I know it's a bit chaotic because it's still in the pre-planning setup stages, but hopefully at some point, maybe towards the end of August, I'll do another one of these. Would you like that? Would you like me to do a end of month Patreon planning wrap up on the last Wednesday of the month, where I show you what I've been doing with my planning and where I'm up to and how it's working and what I've changed? I mean, eventually I'll get to the point where I'm not changing anything. It's just, it's working and that's the system and that's how it works. But it would give me some accountability to be using my planner on a daily basis, because I'm going to have to use it as a live stream at the end of the month. The Patreon puppers, yes. We're rebranding Patreon to have puppers. Dogs, be more dog. I haven't done a Patreon rebrand in a long time. I've changed things, but haven't done an actual rebrand in over a decade. So it's overdue. It's time. All right then. If you want to come and follow me on Twitch, the link is down below in the description. But it is m.twitch.tv/Romany. I'm sure somebody like Mika probably is already copying and pasting the link because she's faster than me. Yeah, you wanna do that? Okay, so there we go. End of the month. So I can now put in. I can do this here. Look. So end of the month. I don't have the end of the month stream in yet, but the last Wednesday of the month will be this one. I can pencil in here. End of month planning update. CF1 book July. And just for good measure, I'm not actually streaming the last week of September, but I can do it the week before. So, or I can do it the week after, and then you can see my admin week. That's better, isn't it? So if I do it the first, because this will be an admin week, it'll be a different type of setup. There's the link to my Twitch. Thanks, Mika. Give me a follow over there and you'll get notifications when I go live. I'm going live at 5, which is in about just under 2 hours. You can also subscribe over there. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. You just link your Twitch and your Amazon Prime account together. You can Google how to do it. It's really simple. You just log into both at the same time, basically. And you can link it and it will subscribe you as a member. So I get paid for you being a subscriber. You get perks and you don't have to pay anything because you're already paying for Amazon Prime. It's a freebie. So that's fun. Right, let's put this in here. So, around here, YouTube live, end of month planning update admin week. So that won't be the last week of the month, because the last week of September I'm not streaming anything. That's my week off. Well, it's my admin week, but it's technically a week off streaming. So instead of doing it the week before, I do it the week after, and you can see how I've used this for my admin week and where I'm up to with getting 2 months ahead. That's where we want to be the end of that week. I need to be 2 months ahead. And by the end of August, I need to be 1 month ahead. So hopefully by the end of month planning update on the 28th of August, you will get an update that says I'm at least here. At least here. Even if I hadn't planned my admin week, I'm at least here. So, yeah, that would be rather cool. Another thing, I am absolutely up for you suggesting things to do on YouTube Live or Twitch. So, YouTube Live is, you know what I do on YouTube Live. It's more formal-ish. It's more tutorialized. It's more, let me show you how I'm doing this. You can ask questions. Let me explain how this works, etc. Reviews, that kind of stuff. I will draw this and I will talk you through what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Whereas on Twitch, it's not really a tutorial type thing. It's more of a hangout and chat. I'm doing artwork. You want to do artwork. You want to listen in the background. Come along and play. Do whatever you want to do. Follow along. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube and turn on notifications, because then you will get a notification whenever I set up a scheduled YouTube stream. Woohoo! And I'm thinking of doing a members only stream over here on YouTube. I was originally going to allow my Patreon streams to be YouTube only, but to be YouTube members streams, but I remembered last time I tried to do that, you can't have a members stream that is unlisted, and you can't have an unlisted stream on Patreon that is for members only over here. So never the twain shall meet, basically. They both want my money. So Patreon is for the patrons, the 12 sessions that we do. But I may set up like maybe we'll do a Saturday morning stream twice a month or something for members, and you can pick how much you want to put, and you can all come along and we'll have a fun stream over here, because not everybody likes Twitch, not everybody enjoys Twitch, some people don't get on with Twitch. And we can do a similar kind of Twitch style stream over here, maybe on a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon, something like that. We'll see. We'll see. That's it. I have to stop now because I've overrun by 20 minutes. I'm not supposed to be overrunning. But here we are. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining in One Book July, especially our guest, Mika. She's here. If you haven't checked out Mika's videos, go check them out. They're fantastic. Real kind of get to grips with your mental health in your planner and journal type stuff. Go and check her out. She's done loads of videos. It's been really good. I think John did a couple of videos as well, if I remember correctly. And Cody is over on Paper Story Journals. Paper Story, what's your IG name, Cody? She does planners and journaling and stuff over on, she's very active on Instagram. So go and give her a follow over there. Tyler is very active, just not online. Tyler is very active, but not online for reasons that mostly involve not being able to sit in one place for too long. Same name, Paper Story Journals. Okay, so Cody is over on Instagram, Paper Story Journals. Go check her out. She posts several times a day with lots of different little things. So if you like short content, she's a great one to follow. Mika has been doing the whole of One Book July, and I believe is continuing with what she's been doing for One Book July in a less formal format over on her YouTube channel. She's right there, Mika Moontiger. Planning with John, he does bits and pieces all over the place, and he posts really old music from like the 1980s that we all know the words to, but it's 50 years old. you want to feel old, go and follow John. That's it. Have a good afternoon, lunch, morning, whatever it is you're up for next, and I will see you all again either later or tomorrow morning, tomorrow lunchtime at 1 o'clock.